is saying that the FBI cannot force these Democrats to come back. And so with this political showdown, so this is in Texas, where you have Democrats that have left the state because they don't want to be complicit essentially in Republicans' plan to redraw the district lines, to gerrymander Texas worse than it already is. And so their absence, it's stalling the legislative process, right? So it's preventing Republicans in Texas from doing what Donald Trump wants them to do, and by redrawing these boundaries. So Eric Holder, okay, so he says, short answer, no. I mean, you're asking the FBI to get involved to find these legislators who are in the process of trying to defend democracy in Texas. They're not hard to find, but the question after that is, well, what's the federal jurisdiction? What federal statute has potentially been violated? What's the basis for any federal government interaction? I would say that there is none. Okay, so he's getting to the heart of basically separation of powers. State legislators, they are part of a co-equal branch in government. So the executive branch, that's the governor of Texas, right? And then they are the legislative branch. So whether state or federal, you can't use law enforcement as a tool to try to strong arm another branch of government into compliance. Okay, there's not legal precedent for this. Okay, there's not clear legal grounds for this. But Republicans in Texas, including Governor Greg Abbott and Senator John Cornyn, they've pushed for federal involvement. So John Cornyn, he's claimed that FBI Director Kash Patel approved his request for help locating what he calls runaway Democrats. Abbott went further, posting online that the FBI and Texas DPS, that they track down on these Democrats. Okay, so the language tracking down isn't just about logistics. This is like a power struggle right here. Plays into a broader pattern where basically political opponents, they're framed as like fugitives, as deviants, and law enforcement is leveraged to basically try to create like an intimidation factor for others. Okay, so legislators are supposed to debate, delay, and negotiate as just a functioning part of democracy. So using the threat of federal pursuit, this is blurring the lines between enforcement and intimidation. So whether you agree or disagree with what the Texas Democrats are doing, the bigger question is this: we really want the FBI pulled into state-level political fights. If that becomes normal, then the wall separating branches of government and protecting them from political intimidation, it gets a lot weaker.